Thank you for taking our Chief Enlightenment Officer or Lightworker or Spiritual Entrepreneur test. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, what do these stages of evolution mean and how do you move through those stages pain-free? So, as I mentioned before you signed up, there are 7 stages of evolution, and I'll just very, very briefly outline what these stages are. So first of all, you're dormant. Now that just means that you're in that state of stasis or maintaining the status quo. Sometimes in the first transition, this can be quite a profound wanting to keep things the same and really wanting to maintain the status quo. So there's a sense of knowing where you are, knowing who you are, and knowing that that's okay. Now then what happens is you start to get some feedback from the environment. Some things don't quite fit in the boxes. You have some experiences that don't really make sense. Now in your first journey round the cycle, these might be the kind of sort of really weird, spooky spiritual experiences that make you really question reality. Or they may be just some of the real bigger philosophical questions. And that's when you're tipped into awakening. Now, once you get enough of those little signals and signs from the environment that really tip you into awakening, once you get enough of those, you start to really ask questions. What's going on? Why do all these bad things happen to good people? You know, what do these dreams mean? Why is this happening? What's going on? And so you really start asking questions, and that's when you're in seeker. This is when you're actively seeking answers to the questions as to why things don't really make sense right now. Now, then what happens is your reality starts to, it's not that it really breaks down, but it's like your understanding of reality breaks down. And the old system, the old paradigm that you used to work from really no longer works given your new information and insight and knowledge that you gained during Seeker. Now, if you allow the old paradigm to fall away easily, you step quickly and effortlessly into visionary. However, most people just go through, it might be a very short time where you feel things are a bit unsettled, or it might be a total experience of real chaos where everything seems to be breaking down. So that's when you move into chaos. Now, once you move out of chaos, when that old paradigm drops away and the new paradigm starts to really take form, that's when you get your real insights and that vision of how you want your life or the world to be. This is when you're a spiritual entrepreneur, you get that vision of that mission that you're here to achieve in this life, and the kind of mission that you have and the vision that you want to create through your spiritual business. Once you've got that vision, then you move into being a pioneer. And in pioneer, this is when you really start to actively make the changes. You start to take action and ground your spiritual vision. Then you move into being that light worker, that chief enlightenment officer, or that spiritual entrepreneur, where at this stage you are living your dream. You are living that spiritual vision, making it work. It has been grounded into material reality. And then what happens is you move around the cycle again, because once you've built something up, it's more like, rather than evolution being sort of a one-stage thing, it's more like an escalator. So you go up one floor and you get to that plateau, and then you turn around and you go straight up to the next floor. And at that point, that little plateau is where you experience a short or a long period of dormancy, where it's maybe not exactly dormancy, but where things are just okay. Now, the mistake people make is sometimes they try and hold on to that dormancy, hold on to that sense of okay, but it's not going to happen, because we are spiritual beings and we're here to evolve. So stuff's going to happen. We're going to be triggered into awakening, which is going to cause us to ask questions. So the old paradigm falls away, leaving behind it a bit of chaos, a bit of uncertainty, before the new paradigm, the new vision steps in, which we then start to ground as becoming a pioneer. And then we're a light worker once again with that spiritual vision grounded. So if you want to know even more about these stages, much more in depth about what those stages really mean and what happens at each stage of the cycle in a real practical sense using examples of real people. If you also want to know what's coming up next and how to move to the next stages, the practical steps that you can make to move yourself through to the next stage and avoid that pain, particularly that chaos, of the pain of that chaos. With this free CD, you can learn how you can make change easy. Now, most people want to change, but they don't want to be changed. Now, what you're going to learn on this CD is how to make sure you're in control of the change process. And this is what stops bad things happening to you. Things will still happen, but you'll be more proactive rather than reactive. You'll also learn what is the true meaning of that long dark night of the soul, and how it's actually a good thing, and how you can even make it feel like that when you're right in it. You'll also discover how society is evolving and how this affects you personally, and how you can start to ride the waves of evolution so you can evolve consciously. So discover how you can become that. So discover how you can become the Chief Enlightenment Officer or light worker or spiritual entrepreneur, whatever term you want to use in your life. Go and grab your free CD today. All you need to pay is postage and packaging. I can't say fairer than that, can I? So go and sign up for your free CD and learn all those amazing things about how you can become that evolved being, grounding your spiritual vision, evolving consciously without pain. Bye for now.